Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro Round 2 Heat 5 action in the lineup. Chris Cote here with Martin Potter. We've got Caroline Marks and Paige Hareb. You saw right there Caroline Marks going from Super Grom to Superwoman. No time flat. What has impressed you about Caroline Marks this year on tour, Potter?
You see a lot of rookies come on tour and it takes them a while to sort of get used to the fact that they're mixing it up with some of their heroes, not this young lady.
And here it is. Here we go. Caroline Marks starting us off.
Well, I'll tell you what, very impressed with their backhand approach. I haven't really seen a whole lot of her surf her natural on her front side. Obviously, Snapper rocks a right-hander as well as Bell's beat. You know, different approach here in the ocean, isn't it? I mean, you've got to hunt your waves down. Caroline Marks looks like she's up and riding again.
All right, here goes Caroline. And this is going to be a good opportunity for us to really study her forehand. And so far, it's looking good. She's just kind of easily making her way through the bumps. A couple turns, nothing crazy, explosive, but 3 quick snaps nonetheless. So Caroline Marks, you see her ferocity. She getting back out there.
Doesn't make too many mistakes. And that's what I was talking about earlier, about competing at a high level. Identifying how to, turn at the right place at the right time, put the pressure on your opponent. Makes very few mistakes, this young lady, but look how powerful she is as well. Just I like that nice swooping maneuver and then follows it up with a nice little quick jam in the pocket.
I see shades of Aki, Mark Aklupa, and I don't know, there's something about the way she serves. She's got that whip, and we'll see if Paige Hareb can answer back. She's up and out. What do you think of the Aki comparison there?
It comes down to your individual preference.
And it seems as of now that Caroline Marks has made the best decision. Nothing huge in her scoreline, a 3.67. Going into that, getting the call up to compete here kind of out of nowhere. So for Pauline, that was a solid finish. And here goes the backhand that we've been touting of Caroline Marks. And that is how you finish a wave. Beautiful, quick switchblade snap for Caroline Marks. The judges are going to eat that up.
She opens her shoulders off the bottom. She almost uses that front hand to get that body in the right position to get the board so vertical, and then just bang, just hooks it off the top. Super powerful. That's going to be the best wave of the heat so far. And that's what I was saying. She's got 3 waves already. She's surfing herself into rhythm, and she's starting to find some opportunity here. Nice little check turn to kick things off. See how she opens those shoulders on that bottom turn, Chris? That just allows her to really pick the spot right, get herself in that right position, and just absolutely unload as she hits the top. So good stuff there from young Caroline Marks.
Your competitors that you're going against, so you're always going to have to change to kind of meet the challenge of surfers like Caroline Marks. 16:30 to go. We'll see if Paige Hareb can react as she looks down the beach to see yet again Caroline Marks slicing her way down the line. A second turn, jams in a third turn. So Caroline Marks is just keeping that pressure going, and Paige has to be wondering what's happening here. Only about 50 yards down the beach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the little bank that Caroline's found, obviously, with that tide change. She's done her homework, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Beautiful snap there at the end, showing variety, showing some power, showing some confidence, showing complete control over her equipment.
This is the Oi Rio Pro. 14 minutes to go. Women's Championship Tour surfing. And this is Paige Hareb trying to get back into this heat. Just sitting on a .30 as Caroline Marks keeps dropping scores. That's not the kind of surfing we want to see from Paige Hareb as she goes down on her final maneuver after a vexing wave.
Through the roof. On the flip side of the coin, Paige Hareb's been sitting for quite a period of time right now. Kind of get cold, you need to sort of get those bodies, the muscles moving. Paige Hareb, you can see a tricky wave to ride here. Not nailing that turn there, just trying to get that board through the inside section. And then that opportunity arises but goes down. So that's just due to the fact that she's been sitting there and that maybe getting a little cold. Obviously, that wind's blowing. So she just needs to get the ball rolling, get that engine going, warm the car up, so to speak, and then she'll be able to start firing on all cylinders.
Get-go of that last one. And Caroline Marks, flip side of that, looking in complete control. Her surfboard is looking perfect, and she is just really keeping the momentum flowing, not making any mistakes, and she's found herself in the proper spot down the beach. Everything's going the way of Caroline Marks right now.
The fact of what you just said there, Chris, momentum, and that's what you got to do, build it throughout the heat. Create those opportunities by putting yourself in the right place. You can see how she's starting to feel a lot loose. One little thing like that can change everything.
All right, we do have time, 10 minutes, so do not count Paige out yet. She is a powerhouse, the first surfer from New Zealand to qualify for the championship tour. And she is a veteran, so she can definitely get back from what looks like the jaws of defeat. And you know what? I liked what she did before that. Had she made that final maneuver, that score would definitely be in that above average range, because we haven't seen a wave with, you know, the thickness and the kind of the drive that wave had. And she made full use of it until the very end. And that's the last thing that judges are going to see. How does that affect your score?
Did all the hard work out on the outside, got herself in the right position, surfed this wave nice and clean, very few mistakes. She needs to finish her turns off, though. For me, it seems like she's cutting her turns a little short.
Have to mix up her maneuvers a little bit, and this is a wave that came through just as Paige was wrapping her wave up.
I mean, look at the confidence.
5 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Caroline now, lethal on her backhand. You see her just easily getting through those chunks of water and getting that final snap again. So much poise with this young surfer. Got on tour when she was 15 years old. She's since turned 16, and there's no stopping Caroline Mark.
Score's going to come through right now for Caroline. I think she's going to improve her situation. A real tricky wave to ride as well. A lot of bump on the face, but you talk about, look how she just drives through it, though. Doesn't look like she's holding back one little bit. It doesn't look like that bump on the face of the wave is hindering her scoring potential.
Wow.
And just look at the spray that gets displaced. I mean, the amount of water that flies out the back of the wave from this young lady, she's right up there with the power-based surfing on tour at the moment. Look at the time, 2 minutes. So there's not enough time to get back out and get two waves. So this is it right here. She's got to let it all hang out.
This could be the final opportunity for Paige Hareb. Will she fight back into this heat? Starts it off, strong carve. This wave kind of working against her. She's trying to build her flow down the line, and it dissipates underneath her feet. Now she's got 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Not a lot of time. She still has a chance. Block your competitor. You can do what Caroline's doing right here, where she blocks her competitor, keeps her off that wave. Not that that was going to be a 10 or even an 8. So this could be an opportunity here to see if that was, in fact, a priority error from Caroline Marks, unless she can do that on the inside and make it. So she's got 45 seconds to think about the decision she made to keep Paige off that wave.
Paige wasted a lot of time sitting where Caroline Marks was surfing, and you can't win unless you're riding waves.
Yeah, I agree. I think she sat for nearly 12 to 15 minutes towards the beginning of that heat, while Caroline was catching wave after wave, 10 wave total for Caroline Marks against Paige catching 4 waves.